What if the universe has already been warning you that your twin flame is coming, but you just haven't noticed yet? These mysterious signs might be around you right now, silent, yet screaming for your attention at the same time. It's like being in the middle of a noisy room and suddenly hearing your own heartbeat louder than everything else. That's the magic of spiritual synchronicities. They may look ordinary, but they carry profound messages. The curious thing is that many people seek love only as companionship, affection, or romance, but the twin flame connection goes far beyond that. It's not just about casual encounters, but about a true spiritual awakening, where every experience becomes a mirror for the soul. Those who have lived it know, it's not simply about having someone, but about being completely transformed by that presence. And today, you are going to discover the 5 most mysterious twin flame spiritual signs, the ones that almost no one dares to speak about openly. These are signs that reveal not only the encounter with the other, but also the beginning of a spiritual journey that will affect every detail of your life. Some may seem small, others almost unbelievable, but all of them carry a deep invitation from the universe. Twin flames are not just two people who meet and live a beautiful love story. They represent something far deeper, two halves of the same essence, reuniting to awaken the best, and sometimes the most challenging, parts within themselves. This spiritual journey does not follow the patterns of ordinary relationships. It is as if the universe had written a secret script that reveals itself only little by little. When people talk about twin flame spiritual signs, many think of coincidences or small details that often go unnoticed. But for those experiencing this spiritual awakening, nothing is a coincidence. They are spiritual synchronicities appearing at strategic moments, like reminders that you are on the right path. It could be a song on the radio, a repeated number on the clock, or even an unexpected meeting that changes everything. What makes this journey so mysterious is exactly the way it unfolds, gentle, yet intense, silent, yet impossible to ignore. Those who have begun to notice these signs already know that life is never the same again. The heart beats differently, and even the most ordinary situations gain a new glow. But these are only the first hints, because the deeper signs of this spiritual journey are still yet to come. Sign 1. Constant synchronicities. Spiritual synchronicities are perhaps the most intriguing sign of a twin flame encounter. Imagine thinking about someone and suddenly their name shows up on a billboard, in a song, or even in a random conversation you overhear on the street. That's not a coincidence. It's as if the universe were nudging you and saying, "Pay attention, something big is coming." This persistent repetition is a clear way of guiding your spiritual journey. Many people report seeing repeating numbers, such as 1111 or 2222, at crucial moments in their lives. Others say they always hear the same song playing whenever they think about someone special. These twin flame spiritual signs may seem silly to some, but for those experiencing this spiritual awakening, every detail is a direct message. It's almost like receiving secret notes from the universe, but instead of paper and pen, it's pure energy in motion. I myself have lived something similar. For weeks, every time I thought about a specific person, a blue butterfly would appear, no matter where I was. At first, I found it strange, but later I realized it was a clear message of transformation and connection. The experience showed me that when you start opening yourself to these signs, life takes on new layers of meaning. And this is only the beginning of what the presence of a twin flame can bring. Sign 2, Separation and Reunion. One of the most painful and, at the same time, most transformative twin flame spiritual signs is separation followed by reunion. It's as if the universe created a purposeful pause, a necessary space for each person to grow on their own before meeting again. This phase may feel like emptiness, but in truth, it is an essential part of the spiritual journey, because it prepares the heart for something much greater. This dynamic is very similar to the movement of the tides. They retreat, creating distance, but always return with more strength. In the same way, twin flames experience separations that are not final, but rather invitations to look within, heal old wounds, and learn to walk with greater awareness. How many times have you felt that someone suddenly left your life, but the impact of that absence was precisely what changed your path? I have witnessed stories of people who, after a painful separation, immersed themselves in therapy, spiritual studies, or even transformative journeys. And when the reunion finally happened, the relationship was no longer the same, it was more mature, more intense, more authentic. This pause is not a punishment, but a disguised gift, because it prepares the ground for the spiritual awakening to manifest with even greater clarity. And when that happens, what comes next can be even more surprising. Sign 3, Intuitive Communication. There is something almost magical when twin flames begin to connect intuitively. It's that feeling of speaking without words, of sensing the other person's energy even from a distance. Many describe it as waking up in the middle of the night with the certainty that the other person is also awake, thinking the exact same thing. This kind of connection is not imagination, it's one of the twin flame spiritual signs that most clearly reveal the depth of the spiritual awakening. Some report dreams so vivid that they feel like real encounters in another dimension. Others share experiences of simply knowing when the other person is sad, happy, or in need of support, even without a single message or call. It's as if traditional communication is replaced by an invisible thread connecting hearts and minds. This synchronicity goes beyond common logic and fits perfectly within the spiritual synchronicities that shape the spiritual journey. I remember a friend who said she would always dream of her partner's smile on specific nights, and, curiously, the next day he would reach out with news confirming that premonition. This shows that intuitive communication is not fantasy, but a reflection of the vibrational harmony between souls. Once this begins to happen, it becomes almost impossible to ignore the universe's call to pay attention to the spiritual signs that are intensifying. Sign 4, Spiritual Challenges. One of the twin flame spiritual signs that confuses people the most is the arrival of challenges. Contrary to what many believe, the encounter does not bring only peace and romance, but also powerful internal confrontations. It's as if the presence of the twin flame acts as a mirror, reflecting our shadows, insecurities, and old wounds. This process is painful, but it is also at the heart of spiritual awakening. The pain becomes fuel for transformation. Imagine, for example, someone who has always avoided the fear of abandonment. Upon meeting their twin flame, this fear may surface so intensely that it feels impossible to manage. But this is precisely when the spiritual journey takes place. The challenge becomes an opportunity for healing. During this phase, books like The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle or guided meditation practices can help navigate this period of emotional turbulence with more awareness and clarity. I have seen people, when faced with crises with their twin flame, discover spiritual gifts they didn't even know they had, sensitivity to energies, deep empathy, or even awakening to new forms of spirituality. These challenges are not punishments but invitations. Every doubt, every fear, every tear is a step toward something greater. And when the person understands this, they begin to realize that even obstacles are messages from the universe, preparing the ground for something even more enigmatic. Sign 5, Signs from the Universe. When a twin flame is approaching, the universe finds unexpected ways to speak to you. It can be vivid dreams that feel more real than reality itself, unlikely encounters that change the course of your day, or even symbolic animals that appear repeatedly along your path. These twin flame spiritual signs act like coded messages, showing that the spiritual awakening is fully in motion. It's common to hear stories of people who constantly cross paths with the same symbol before experiencing something transformative: a white feather on the ground, a butterfly appearing at moments of doubt, or even specific phrases in books and movies that seem tailor-made. These spiritual synchronicities are not mere coincidences, but messages revealed only to those who are paying attention. At this point, life stops being linear and becomes profoundly symbolic. I have experienced something similar when, on days of major decisions, I dreamed of luminous portals that only made sense after the actual events unfolded. It was as if the universe had been secretly preparing me. These signs do not ask for logic, they ask for sensitivity. And when you begin to decipher them, you realize that you are being trained to see far beyond what the eyes can perceive. But this is not all, there is a final message that still needs to be understood. Looking back and noticing all these twin flame spiritual signs, the constant synchronicities, the separation and reunion, the intuitive communication, the spiritual challenges, and the signs from the universe, it becomes clear that none of this is a coincidence. They are silent yet powerful invitations for you to see that your spiritual journey has already begun, even if you haven't fully realized it yet. Life stops being a random series of events and becomes a stage for profound messages. These signs are not mere curiosities, they are guides. Every repeated number, vivid dream, or even unexpected challenge brings an opportunity to look within and prepare for something greater. Your twin flame may be closer than you imagine, and the universe is constantly sending hints to ensure you are ready. The question is, are you willing to listen and interpret these messages? Now, I want to invite you to reflect. Have you experienced any of these twin flame spiritual signs? Have you noticed the universe trying to communicate with you through small but intense spiritual synchronicities? Share your experience in the comments, it might inspire others who are also on this journey. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because in the next video I'll reveal even more hidden signs of this spiritual journey.